on the program Guest of the Week airing on Haske-Television. I am your host, Christiana Babayo. Well, today on this program, I traveled all the way to Mayolope in our local government area to bring you the guest of this week. And today's guest is a traditional ruler, he is a religious leader, and he is no other person but His Royal Highness, Pastor Dr. Haniel Hinleweni Banti, the Dark Man Samwi. On this program today, we had the honor of having the traditional and religious leader on set. And he shares his experiences with us, he shares his encounters, he tells us about culture, traditions, and the importance of preserving culture. It is an interesting episode on this program. Walk with us as we unveil today's guest, Pastor Haniel Hinleweni Banti.
I am His Royal Highness Pastor Dr. Da Haniel Hinleweni Banti, Sangwe 1, the Chairman Sangwe Traditional Council. His Royal Highness Pastor Dr. Haniel Banti is a Yandan by tribe, and I hail from a very little community called Iti in the local government area, Abaribi Ward of Taraba State. I was born into a family of 8, and I'm the 4th child, and by the grace of God, raised from a humble background. My parents was into business. He was a contractor, a politician, and a community leader. I've been to primary and secondary school, attended ET Primary School, then went to government secondary school Abari, still in the local government, did my JS 1, 2, and 3, and then I was provided with an admission to further my education, SS1 in government day secondary school, Kunini. After my graduation, I attended, furthered my education at College for Legal Studies, Yola, where I had my first diploma in common law, and then attended, after my diploma, I was enlisted into Nigerian prisons, served for a little while, and then I resigned voluntarily to go into active pastoral ministry because of the calling. Now from there, I went for a diploma program with the Bible College, where I had my first diploma in theology. I also had a diploma in pastoral studies from Life Bible Theological Seminary, and then attended Global School of Missions in Plateau State, where I had my diploma in mission and international church growth. There I proceeded into active evangelism in missions. By the grace of God, I was able to go to Kenya and South Africa for missions. And after my coming back, I also went back to school to have my BA in theology, Bachelor of Arts in Theology, from the prestigious Equa Theological Seminary, Cairo, where I graduated with a very good grade. Having been in Equa Theological Seminary, I've held many positions. Prominent among them is the Student Union President. As the Student Union government leader, I was saddled with the responsibility of managing the affairs of the students in the school. Upon my graduation, I came back home to continue with the pastoral work. Then I was working with the Anglican Communion, Taraba Diocese. Now I wrote formally to leave Anglican and work with the Equa, which is my home denomination, where I was born and brought up. There I was posted to Equa Gospel Church in Jalingo, where I served. While serving, I went to have my postgraduate diploma in education from the prestigious University of Ilorin. Graduated, proceeded for my MA in ATR with the Taraba State University, and then also continued to have my MSc in Peace and Conflict Resolution, all in Taraba State University. Well, in Jalingo, serving God faithfully, I had the privilege and the honor by my parents who blessed me. Today, I was anointed by the family and the clan of Wagure to contest for the seat of Sangwe Chiefdom. Today, through the benevolence of His Excellency, the former governor of Taraba State, Architect Darius Dixon Shaku, we were about 7 who contested for this seat of royalty in Sangwe Chiefdom. By the grace of God, I am emerged victorious through prayers, family support, and encouragements by many. I have made the first paramount king of Sangwe Chiefdom and the first Yandan king of this status right from Edam. We've not had a king of this status. Today, God has made me a third-class chief, not just as Pansangwe of Sangwe Chiefdom, but as a paramount king of the Yandan nation. It means that I am the rallying point of the Yandan nation. I am not just a king, but a deity of the Yandan nation, who is saddled with the responsibility of managing people, projecting the prospects of the community, giving them guidance, protection. You know, the primary responsibility of a traditional ruler is to ensure his people are well kept, well protected, and well provided for. And that's what we have been doing right from its inception. Let me pause here to go back a little. His Royal Highness Pastor Dr. Hanel Leoni Banti, Hanel Banti is well trained. I have had the best home training. I have had the best upbringing. I can say this without missing words. My dad was an illiterate, but he taught me how to read and write well in primary school. So I live to honor him, to pay tributes to him. I always pray that God will bless him and God will uphold him where he is. My aged mother is still alive at the age of 83, and she's still bubbling in strength, in vitality. So I have had the best of support from my people at the moment. So through the grace of God, we pass through the thick and thin of this life to be where we are. So I'm grateful. Well, before I go further, let me equally say that my grandfather, Sarki Haman Umvarukoba, was the first paramount leader of the Yandan nation, the Yandan community here in Taraba State. He was appointed by the late Emir of Muri, and as a village head, he ruled from 1936 until his death. We lost the stool for about 72 years. Now, as God will have it, destiny caught up with me. It means that I am from the royalty. I have the royal blood, and even when we were born and growing, our parents would tell us that we are prince. So be careful whatever you do, the way you move around. So my grandfather was the first Yandan village head appointed by the native authority under the instrumentality of the Emir of Muri. That's that. In times of origin and history means the same thing. The Yandan people, like any other tribe, like any language around the globe, we are divinely made. And we were nicknamed not by anybody. We were named by God as the Yandan people. Yandan people are fantastic people. Yandan people are accommodating. Yandan people are hardworking people. Anywhere you see a Yanda man, no matter how he looks, the vitality in him is greater than what you see outside. So, going back to the history of the Yandan people, our people migrated from Egypt, in Yemen in specific, going through the ranks of life to Kororofa, and then through Cameroon to Kororofa, and now to Europe. Our people's great-grandparents settled in Europe. That's why the Mumia people are the closest neighbors, relatives of the Yandan people, because when they migrated together, the Yandan people and Jukun have many things in common. We are equally part of the Jukun kingdom, as history has stipulated in many different documents. So after our people stayed in Europe, settled there, something happened between the Mumia man and the Yanda man. The Yanda man now moved to what is called Yakoko today. It's called Yakoko. Our people stayed with the Yakoko people in Zin local government, now migrated to the Mandara Hills in Adamawa, particularly, specifically, where it's called Lewa Yandang in Gorobi Hills. Now, that's where our people settled. And the formation of our people settles according to clans and sub-clans. So after we stayed there for decades, for centuries, because the land was not accommodating them, our people are hunters, our people are farmers. And now they went down from the mountains in search for greener pastures to see where they can launch their hunting skills. They now moved to this place called Sangwe. Now, this gives me the opportunity to tell people what Sangwe means. Sangwe means a plain land, an agricultural land, where there is enough water and a fertile ground for farming. Our parents, our great-grandparents used to come from Gorobi down to where Sangwe is today for hunting, up to the Bachama areas and up to the hills of Kaltungo. So that's the brief history of the Yandan people. And talking about the Yandan culture, people have fantastic cultures and traditions. Before now, our people do not align with idol worship. They have what they call Ruby. They worship the gods of sun. And when it is a rainy season, our people praise. After the rainy season, during harvest, our people pray to God and ask Him for bumper harvest, and also thank Him for bumper harvest. So marriage is one of the key traditions in the Yandan nation, the Yandan culture and tradition. Our people respect marriage. You don't marry anyhow. You can only marry from a decent family that has a very good character and history. So talking about our culture, we have a lot of artifacts. Our people, right from inception, the history has it in archives. Most of the tribes, our neighboring tribes here, used to come to the Yandan nation to trade with us. We have what we call Mo. Mo is the essential commodity for trading. So anything a Yandan man will buy from you, he will give you what we call Mo. Now, there are a lot of things that people do. They're into pottery. They're into blacksmithing. Up to today, there are a lot of things we do in the Yandan community. You can see some of these artifacts. These are made by the Yandan people. They're not made from any other tribe. So, Yandan people are hardworking people. So, and highly sociable. Well, the origin of the Sonki Cultural Carnival is in this way. It can be summarized in this way. Years back, the Yandan community in Taraba State felt it is important and cardinal that we organize a cultural festival called Yandan Day, which was started here in Sayonti, local government area of Taraba State. But after some time, because of leadership tussle, and that was stopped. But to the best of understanding of the leaders of the community, they now saw it is important for that cultural festivity to be shifted to Ulewa Yendang, which is in Gorobi, Maibala local government area in Adamawa State. That was shifted there. And today, this year, we'll be celebrating the 18th edition of the Yendang Cultural Festival in Gorobi, Maibala local government, Adamawa State. So that has been happening in Gorobi. Upon my emergence as the paramount king of Sangwe Chiefdom, I used to go to Gorobi every year to celebrate Yendang Cultural Festival. Yendang Cultural Festival in Gorobi, called Herayawiti, means venerating the spirits of the ancestors. It is calculated in order to revive the culture and tradition of our people, bringing our people under one table, discuss, chat way forward, and also initiate our children to see that there is need for our people to put their cultures in place for posterity. Where culture is not practiced, that language goes extinct. So at the course of that, we were able to introduce a platform. We opened a platform that is called Tumantiakurok. Tumantiakurok means it's a platform where our language is taught. You learn our language, speak it, and know how to read and write. So there are a lot of things we do in the Yendang Cultural Festival in Gorobi. Now, looking at Pansangwi, I'm here in Taraba State, Lao local government. It is also important that we introduce a cultural festival here in Taraba State so that we have sense of belonging, that it is not going to be funny, that it is going to be funny rather, that every year I'll be going to Adamawa to celebrate cultural festival while I reside or I live in Taraba State. So myself and the coordinator of the Yendang Cultural Heritage, Mr. Dedan Cornelius Yari, a PAMSAC retired, who is the coordinator of the Yendang Cultural Heritage in Gorobi, Adamawa State, we saw the need for us to give a new brand here in Taraba State where we will feel belonged. People will know that there are Yendang people here in Taraba State. So this is the essence why Sunki came up. So I brought Sunki Carnival in order to diversify, in order not to duplicate, in order not to cause trouble. If we continue to celebrate Yendang Day in Taraba and Yendang Day in Adama, it's meaningless. It's tautology. So that's why I introduced Yendang Cultural Carnival here in Taraba State. Carnival, it is acceptable. It is something that is practicable everywhere, global world. So we needed a new brand. That's why we have Sunki Cultural Carnival. What is Sunki? Sunki means, in the Yendang culture, in tradition, what we do is, if your relation dies, and if he's an idol worshipper, or even if he's not a Christian, even if he's a free thinker, particularly those who are into idol worship, our people will gather and dance and thank God for the life well spent and also mourn him. So that is the actual point where our people gather. So gathering of our people, elders in the community, to discuss problems and solve problems and also discuss about unity is what our people we call Sunki. Sunki means coming together of the Yendang people, sons and daughters, to discuss ways forward. So that's why I decided, as a paramount king, to name this cultural carnival Sunki. Sunki means let us come together, unite, and do things in unison, do things in common. So Sunki Cultural Heritage, Cultural Carnival started last year, 1.0. Today, this year, we are 2.0. And we are already kick-started planning for the year 2026, 2027, God's willing. So this is the essence. This is the primary reasons why Sunki is here in Taraba State. And as a paramount king, I should have something to hold on to, so that it will give us relevance in the helm of affairs in governance in Taraba State. the government and the governor will know that Yendan people are here. Let me also put on record, based on the current statistics we have, Yendan globally, both Adamawa and Taraba, we have over 3 million Yendan people around the globe. There are Yendan people in South Africa. The research has shown us that there are Yendan people in South Africa. And I'm yet to be in South Africa to see for myself. So I'm trusting God that one day I'll be in South Africa to look for my people. There are also Yendan people in Libya. That research already shown us. One, Mr. Christopher Alkali Tolang of blessed memory, did that research because he had his master's from one of Manchester University on tourism. He did that investigation and he discovered that there are Yendan people in Libya. So I'm yet to be in Libya. I've been in Libya before, but I trust God for resources to be in Libya to discover my people as a paramount king of the Yendan people nation. So this is who we are, and this is what we do for a living for the poor people. Well, culture, the primary definition of culture is the identity of the people, the way of life, what they do on a daily basis, what they have inherited is what is called culture. Now, so culture means the sum totality of the people's belief, their culture, their tradition and costumes. Now, I've made mention into earlier that what we've started and we've done so far is collecting the artifacts of the other people. Like in Gorobi now, we have a cultural heritage where all Yendan cultural artifacts are kept. For people, for our children who are into various high institutions of learning, can go there, ask questions, and make research. Now, that's what we want to also replicate here. Now, the cultural preservation, it has to do with the people's ideology, the people's belief. If you don't preserve your belief system, you go extinct. Now, what we've succeeded in doing is that we were able to open up a platform where our language is being taught and learned. So this is giving us headway for those of our sons and daughters who are scattered abroad will go into that platform and learn. That platform has over 5,000 people, and I'm also part of the platform. That is giving us results. I give kudos to late DSP Binos, who met me, consulted me after my approval, some of the technocrats into Bible language, into language translation, like Reverend John Kennan, Reverend Hanel Usman Maimolo, who are technocrats, and so many people are definitely giving their own time to teach our people how to speak good Yendan language, write, teaching them alphabets. So this is one of the ways we think we can preserve our culture. And the way we have my contribution is, I've always talked about teaching our younger ones how to speak our dialect, how to write, because of posterity. So I've also encouraged many of our Yendan sons and daughters to write Yendan literatures. As I speak, we have the Yendan Literature Trust, managed by Reverend Senator Binos Daudayaro. Is the chairman of the Yendan Literature Trust. We have gone far in interpreting the Bible, writing the Bible in the Yendan language, and also writing the Litaf in Wakoki, which is done by one of our brother, Mr. Jonah, He lives in Yola. He has actually done well. As I speak, we sing the Nigerian national anthem with the Yandan dialect. In every occasion we go, we sing the Nigerian national anthem with the Yandan language. That is the result of the Tumantia Purok, what we have been doing, the platform. So it is giving us results. So I think this is another way of preserving the Yandan culture and tradition. We have the artifacts, and we are working on. It's something that is not going to stop. We're going to continue in inculcating the discipline into our people and into our children to know how to speak their dialect. Because anywhere you go, you should be proud of your own language. So that is the only way we can preserve the cultural materials we have. So and we've also have one of our daughter, Mrs. Myro Zabadi, who has worked very well to ensure the Yandan costume, Yandan attire is produced. That is also giving us a meaning. As a Yandan people, is giving us an identity. I've also introduced a new attire in the Yandan community. That is also the way we can preserve a culture and tradition. So we on behalf of the Yandan nation, we thank the family of Professor Stephen Zabadi and his dear beloved wife, Malama Miro Zabadi, for putting in their resources to ensure the Yandan attire is produced and which is acceptable and is being used nationwide. And the family of Bishop Innocent Solomon has also produced an attire that I have accepted and endorsed, we are using. So as you can see, at my 7 years on the throne, we are doing good. And we believe by the grace of God, very soon we will build a museum here in the headquarters of Sangwe Chiefdom, where all the Yandan cultural artifacts, arts and crafts, literatures will be kept for history, so that anywhere any of our sons who would like to go in and make research to know who he is and the origin of who he is. So this is what we are doing to preserve the Yandan culture and tradition. Well, my priority as a paramount king of Sangwe Chiefdom and that of the Yandan nation is not different from what my people want. Number one, right from creation, we've not had a rallying point, like I mentioned earlier. My primary duty is to ensure that I unite the total Yandan man, bringing every Yandan man on board. Well, you know, in leadership, you are faced with a lot of ups and downs. People not liking you, people not loving you, but that is aside. That is not leader. Even God himself was the rebel against. His throne was rebelled by the devil. So the devil is a fallen angel. Even Prophet Muhammad, he was not liked by many. Even Jesus, who is my standard, he was also not liked by his people. So many people rejected him. So who am I not to say that people were not? So therefore, it is my responsibility. It is my responsibility. I'm not doing anything now, apart from ensuring the Sangwe Chiefdom and the Yandan nation is in peace, is in harmony, loving one another, doing things in common, working together in personal to ensure that our land is secure. Before my emergence, the Sangwe Chiefdom, the Yandan people in Sangwe Chiefdom were engulfed in religious crisis, so to say. Our communities was attacked, people were maimed, we lost over 500 people, and homes, government facilities were destroyed. You know, upon my emergence as a paramount king, one of the tedious and delicate responsibilities I was saddled with was to ensure that peace returns and our people are brought back home. And thank God to the government of Taraba State, former Governor Architect Darius Dixon and his government, his cabinet, and the current government of Dr. Abu Kefas has given us maximum cooperation to ensure that people return home. Today, you can go to any nook and cranny of Sandwich Chiefdom and the nation and without any fear. So this is what we are doing on a daily basis to ensure that people are safe, our people are protected by whatever means. We will not accept any intimidation, any threat from anywhere to invade our people again. Well, as the king of Sandwich Chiefdom, peace is key to my heart because of my intention to see that my subjects are living in peace. That prompted me to go back to school and back MSc in Peace and Conflict Studies. And more so that I'm a pastor, I cannot preach less on peace. So we have been doing a lot quietly, meeting with individuals, meeting as a community, with district heads, village heads, ward heads, stakeholders to ensure we preach peace, cut across all beliefs to ensure that people understand the importance of peace. So peace is paramount, peace is key to us. In the absence of peace, you have crisis. So the reason why we are living at peace today is because we have worked a modality, we have brought up a platform, a template on peace. So that's why Sandwich Chiefdom is quiet, and God is working with us to achieve that. So it is not something that we are doing with our own might. We pray to God to help us to have peace, and we work it out. We walk our talk. We do not just talk, but we walk our talk. Well, collaboration is the key word. You cannot do it alone. Like in Sandwich Chiefdom, we are bordering Numan local government, Demsa, and Mayabalwa in Adamawa State. So I have a very good working relationship with all the traditional rulers in Numan, Demsa, and Mayabalwa. Mayabalwa is under the Lamid of Adamawa. So we talk from time to time. If there are issues arising from our communities, he sends delegates to my palace. We talk in discourse, we talk on phone. I used to attend some of the security meetings in Government House in Adamawa State. I have attended that severally under the able leadership of the ATM governor, Governor Umaru Fintiri. He has graciously given me that privilege. Anytime the security meeting is holding in Adamawa State, they give me letters to attend. I have done that severally. We also had do meetings with the Hama Bachama, His Royal Majesty Homon Dr. Daniel Shaga Ismaila, and His Royal Highness Hamabata. We have constant check about insecurity in the border. So the influx of miscreants, the bandits, into Taraba State is not only in Sandwich Chiefdom. Peace, security is paramount, and there is no peace anywhere in the world, and you cannot get peace 100%. When you have peace 50%, you're okay, you're good to go. So we as traditional rulers, we have our modalities in checking those miscreants, strangers into communities, and that we are working on every day. We do our quarterly meetings, we do our monthly meetings with the village and district heads to checkmate. We collect reports from all the village heads. We have 7 districts in Sandwich Chiefdom and 76 village areas in Sandwich Chiefdom and 343 village heads in Sandwich Chiefdom. We have constant check on everyone. This is my job, this is what I'm called to do, and I'm committed to doing it. Well, even not as a king, I'm bound to face challenges. Power tussle. You are still alive. Many people are wanting the seat. So it's a challenge. Disobedience, intolerance. People who are not tolerating, are not ready to bow to the throne. These are challenges. So, but with time will bring everybody on board. You cannot win all people. When you have 10 children, you are bound to have some of them who will be adamant, who will not like to go with you and will not disobey you, or will not obey you, they will disobey you. That is natural. So therefore, as a leader, I know all this. Do not forget in hurry that I'm a pastor with the wealth of experience of handling people. There are times you have to be hard. There are times you have to be soft. We are facing challenges in terms of security. We're facing challenges as a community. We are facing challenges as a nation. Like I've said, you cannot be loved by all. So the challenges are enormous, but God is giving us grace to overcome them. Let me say, put on record that my first 8 months on the throne, I have designed the master plan for Sandwich Chiefdom that will be executed in 150, 100, and over 200 years to come. The master plan is there. We have had some of the designs. Some of them will be more remodeled in the future. But as it is, we are trusting God that we're going to start the project of the palace. So like me, the legacy I intend to leave behind is a good name. It's a good name. After my demise, after I've left, my people should be able to miss me and say, if I've been here, this would have been fixed. I stay in my chiefdom 24/7 to know the needs of my people, to know their wants, to know their demands, and to work intentionally to solve them. The legacies I would like to leave behind is to leave the Yanda nation, Sandwich Chiefdom, not the way I met it. By the grace of God, God helping me, I'm trusting God. In the nearest future, or soonest, Yanda nation will be part of an advanced community and an egalitarian society. This is the legacy I want to leave. Well, to me, I believe the Yandan people are proud to have me as a king. Even those who don't identify with me, who are not ready to follow me, who are not ready to obey the throne, I know they are proud to have me as their king. So I am also happy that I have given this privilege. This is a divine privilege. It's a rare privilege out of over 3 million Yandan people around the globe that you are chosen, not just by me, chosen by God to lead. This is a rare privilege. So I have total respect for God and for what He has done to me. He has done honor to me that no man can. So I return all glory and honor to Him for singling me out to honor me in this way. So I cannot take this for granted. That's why I'm working day and night with the whole of my being, with the whole of my blood, to ensure that I deliver. So I believe the Indian people were proud to have me as their king, and they do. So by the time I'm here, I want to leave legacies, the sands of time, and landmarks that people will see, that will stand for eternity. Producer and the cameraman, and thank you also for the Haske-Tv for making us to us. We're grateful.
If you have been following the program, you know that it's an interesting and exceptional episode on this program today, Guest of the Week, with the Royal Father, His Royal Highness, Pastor Dr. Haniel Henlewini Banti. And he has shared a lot with us as it has to do with culture, as it has to do with the Yandan people, with peace, with leadership, and also all that needs to be done to ensure that our cultures are safeguarded, our cultures are preserved, and the importance of passing on the same cultures and tradition to the younger generation. We want to thank you so much for joining us on this program, and we thank our guest for giving us the time out of his busy schedule to join the program today. We do hope to see you next week on the same program, Guest of the Week. Thanks for joining us, and do have a lovely day.